What's going on YouTube? It's Brazen back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Shinobi Striker video for you guys here today. In this video we will be ranking all of the attack secret techniques from worst to best. I believe there is 13. We'll just count them real quick, but the first time I counted there was 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, so there is 13. So we'll go ahead and just basically go from 13th down to number 1. And just go ahead and go from there. So coming in at 13th place, I will start by just prefacing as well on the attack ones, especially. They're pretty much all really good. Going through them, I really didn't see one that I would not ever want to use. And it's not situational. But coming in at last place, that being said, will be the 8 inner gates formation. Now the reason I think this one comes at last place is obviously it's really good. While active, you can use the evening elephant, which is kind of like an attack, right? 5 times. And then night guy can also be used, but you won't be able to fight afterwards. So that's the reason I have it coming in at last place, is because even though it's pretty good, it gives you some power, things like that, it does have some downside to it, which, you know, a lot of the other ones where you power up don't. So that's why I think this one is just technically the worst. You know, like I said, it's still usable, it's just the worst in my opinion. So coming in at number 12 will actually be the lightning style chakra mode. Now the reason I have this one coming in at number 12 is because it doesn't heal you, right? So it boosts your close range attack speed, movement speed, and defensive power, but it prevents the users from flinching when hit by certain attacks and recovers your ninjutsu. So it is very good, but a lot of the other ones, you know, allow you to heal, which as a secret technique could be very, very useful. If you get kind of like to quarter health, you pop it, get full health back, and then you can go in with more power. That's really the reason I have it at number 12, is just because it doesn't have healing. Once again, it could be very useful, and it is very useful, you know, especially not being able to flinch with it. Coming in at number 11 will be the 8 inner gates, gates of limit. So these ones are all kind of, you know, the same in a sense. They all do a little bit different, but they're all kind of the same. So the reason I have this one at number 11 is because what it does is boost their health, attack power, movement speed, attack tracking, and evasion range. Is very good, but it doesn't heal your health. It just boosts your health, but it doesn't heal your full health. And it also doesn't do anything for your ninjutsus, which not all of them do. But that's why I have it pretty low. You know, but I do think it's still very good. 8 inner gates, gates of limits. I've definitely used it. I think on a lot of builds it's very useful because, I mean, attack power, movement speed, tracking, and evasion range is very, very good on attack builds. So I do think it's very useful. That's just, you know, where I have it. Coming in as like the first, I guess, pure damage secret technique on the list at number 10 will be Kamui. And the reason I think Kamui comes in last is I just think it's one of the hardest to hit. Now, basically what it does is it can teleport enemies within the range of the target. It doesn't always do that. It's not always a good hit. Knocking them out and making it impossible for them to be revived. So it does knock them out. They technically can't be revived. Most people don't use like revived secret techniques, right? Or use them correctly. So I wouldn't really worry about that part of it, which is also why I don't necessarily have it as high. If people were using revives a lot more often, then I think it would probably be a little bit more important, but people don't use revives as often, in my personal opinion. But obviously it is a one-shot kill, super good in that sense, but I just think there's better one-shot kills on this list, or better secret techniques in general. So next up at number 9 is going to be 7 Heavenly Breaths. So this is the reason I have this a little bit higher than some of the other ones that we've used, is because a special breathing technique to enhance your physical abilities, automatically heals the user's health, and then also boosts your attack power, movement speed. So it doesn't give you as many bonuses as something like the 8 inner gates, gates of limits, but it automatically heals the user's health, which obviously in my opinion is super important for a secret technique, because like I've said, I just personally think that's more important when you get to the point where, you know, you need to be healed as your secret technique, because you might not have a healer, or your healer might not be around. So that's just my personal opinion. Coming in at number 8 is going to be the 8 Tails chakra mode. Now once again, this basically what it does is recovers your health, ninjutsu cooldown, boosts your health, boosts your ninjutsu attack power and defense, Reactivating it deals damage to surrounding enemies, so it is very good. I think the bonuses are a little bit better than the ones I've named so far for the power-ups, basically. Like I said, you do get your max health, you get ninjutsu's cooldowns, you get ninjutsu attack power, so if you are using ninjutsu as your abilities, then it's super useful. If you're using something like taijutsu, then it's not going to be as useful, but the taijutsu still technically count as ninjutsu, so it boosts it a little bit, but not as much as something like, a Rasengan, which does a lot more damage and things like that. But also, like I said, if you go down to it, it boosts your defense as well, and reactivating it can do damage. So just all in all, I think it gives you a lot of bonuses. Now, coming in at number 7 is going to be the massive Rasengan. Now, basically what it does is its range is decently short. You use it, it can hit multiple people. But the reason I have it so low is it's not a one-shot kill, but it also uses very little secret technique power. So it's not my favorite because I would rather use something that's like a one-shot kill, but it does give you a lot. You can get it, pretty quickly. It's little secret technique. So depending on what you're doing, it could be very useful. If you're using something like Barrier Battle, it's probably a little bit more useful because you'll get it a bunch to use it on Gamagichi ideally. I mean, it's still number 7, still better than like half of them in my personal opinion. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Boruto Strike. I think it's just a little bit better than the massive Rasengan. Basically what you do is you use a Shadow Cone, kicks the target into the air, then you fire a Rasengan, which can second and damage multiple enemies. Obviously has 5 duration and 5 power. Personally, I think that's just, it's useful. It does the job. I just don't think it's, once again, as good as some of the ones on this list, because it's not always a one-shot kill. A lot of times it is, but not all the time. Kind of depends on how strong you are, their defense and things like that. So coming into the top 5 now starts getting interesting. Number 5 on my list is the Planetary Devastation. You guys have probably all been sucked in by this. So it targets one person, but if there's other people kind of around it, then it'll target multiple people. Usually it only hits one. I've only really seen it hit a couple people a few times. Basically, it's a one-shot kill. It slams them into the ground. If you get caught in the planetary, you're dead. It slams you into the ground, one-shot kill. I just don't think it has as much like movement as some of these other ones, or as useful, so that's why I have it at number 5. But I do think it's very good still. Now, coming in at number 4 is Kurama's Link Mode. I think this is the best in terms of the actual damage ones, I guess. I mean, it still does damage, but it's not full damage. So basically, it recovers all health and increases your physical abilities. It also refreshes all your team's ninjutsu cooldowns and increases cooldown speed. And then you could also use the secret technique or secret command, False Fox Blast, so you can also do damage with it. So, I mean, getting your health back, you get boost, same way as a lot of them, but you also refresh your whole team's ninjutsu cooldowns, which I think that is tremendous. Because that can get you guys out of some sticky situations, and you have an attack on it, so that's why I have that as basically the best quote-unquote power-up, I guess, that you could get. So coming in at number 3 is going to be the Wood Style, which is right here. Basically, you use Sage Jutsu and Wood Style Jutsu to create a massive Buddha. Basically, you guys have probably seen this. It's basically like wooden sticks slamming down all over the place. It's really good for things. I mean, it could be used for barrier battle, flag battle, base battle. It could be used for combat, but it's not going to be as good just because it's a little bit harder to hit, but it's just super good in my personal opinion. Definitely worth putting on almost any class for any game mode. Like I said, it does a lot of damage, one shot kills people, you have to hit them with a couple of them to one shot to hit them, right? If they jump out after like the first one, they won't die. Most of the time if they hit by one, they get hit by multiples though, but it's really, really good. Coming in at number 2 is going to be the Rasen Flash Super Circle Dance Howl. This is my basically favorite damage one, personal opinion. Basically what it does is you throw, the people call it the Flying Rising 3, right? Because you throw it, and then you throw 6 kunais in a furious combo. And it's a one-shot kill. You can kill multiple people if they're near each other. It's great for flag battle because you can just kind of throw it, kill 2 of them, grab the flag, and go. You can even use it to get out of fights in that. It's just super, super useful. I would say for base battle, barrier battle, Sage Art Wood Style is better, but overall, I think this is really good because it's also really good for combat battle because you can use it as people are moving and still hit it. But coming in at number 1 on the list is going to be the Kodo Matsukami. Now, it doesn't do damage. All it does is you basically place all your allies in a Sharingan state when you first use it, when they're protected from ninjutsu. If you input it a second command, you put all of the enemies confused, so they can't see and they're moving backwards. You guys have all played against this. If you've played Shinobi, if you're new to the game, just wait till you play against it and you'll understand why it's number 1. Pretty much any game mode, it's good. But especially in like flag battle, it's an instant cap almost always. I mean, the other team has to be really bad not to cap off of it. And then you know, even things like combat battle, it's easy kills because they can't see you. Base battle, flag battle, it's really hard for them to stay on the flag. If you have like 2 of these, and like anything like a flag battle, it's just super cheesy. And that's why I have it coming in at number 1. So let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video down below. Hopefully this list does help you guys out. Subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. And as always, I will see you next time.